Mvsa is the name of the 9 daughters of the king of all the gods in the Greek mythology. So Zeus, being the king of all the gods, gave birth to 9 daughters who regulated the world of the arts. So they used to be perceived as the entity to infuse the arts to the human being. So in our journey, in the journey of Bulgari throughout the feminine beauty, of course we needed to add another tassel to the constellation of jewels to enhance this feminine beauty. So after Serpenti, which was a more seductive kind of line, after Diva, a homage to the divas of any time, Muse, so Mvsa, was the tribute that Bulgari, the architect, we think to be the architect of the beauty, wanted to give as an homage to the feminine beauty. Actually, everything turns around this concept, which is the tacti shape. This is a lovely shape that just by chance we invented a couple of years ago at the wedding ceremony of an Indian gentleman. We had the chance to admire a beautiful necklace the mother of the bride was wearing. Was a necklace pretty simple but very astonishing, eye-catching. 5 huge crystal of emeralds in their organic shape. So you have to think about something like this. So this is a prism with an hexagonal shaped base, so something like this, drilled and joined through the silk cord. So 5 bold gems, and we loved the way the lady was wearing that necklace. So in 3-4 days after, when we had business with this gems dealer, we suggested him to recut a little bit, to reshape those crystals, because at the end the necklace was a little bit too dark. So he appreciated the suggestion, but he said, no, this is a family piece, I don't like to. So we offered him to redesign the necklace in a Bulgari way, and he was very much attracted by the concept. So we made a sketch, sort of a choker, with this kind of shape, and he was very much attracted. So he definitely split the gems into 2, having at the end 10 gems. And we were so fascinated by the final result that we wanted to have at least a few out of those, generally the largest. So he started again a long negotiation, and at the end we got 5, actually 6 at the end, 5 of which we set on a bracelet and 1 on a pendant, with this shape that by chance became the famous Takti shape. Takti in Sanskrit, I mean in Hindi, means tiles. So the tiles of the Indian roofs, the roofs of the Maharaja palaces. So the gentleman said, oh my gosh, this a Takti shape. I said, really? Yeah, just by chance, because if you split into 2 a crystal of an emerald, you have this kind of geometrical dome shape. So what do we like about this collection? The femininity of this shape. When you have this collection under your eyes, you can have the whole 5 scenes involved. First of all, the sight. It's very much eye-catching, because your eyes can be captured and raped by the color, the sparkling color of these gems. Second, the sound. because you can listen to the music of these gems hitting each other. And third, the taste. When you look at these gemstones, seems to be like candies. You can't resist. Are very yummy. So definitely, the ladies who are looking at these gemstones, they say, "Oh, you know, Giampaolo, it's such a pleasure to wear these jewels on, because ladies generally they like to play a little bit with the necklaces or earrings or rings." And therefore, if the touch is sensual and smooth, like in this case, they are very pleased. When you touch a faceted gems, it's flat. It's not as sweet and supple, curvy, sensual like a woman. So since every time we think about a new design, our muse is the gem. When we have kind of two souls, one which is more into the pure creativity, like Serpenti or Diva, where we started from the sketch, from the design to craft the jewel. The other one is more into this world, the Mvsa world. So when we have the gemstone, who is going to inspire us. So when we have this approach, the femininity has to be there through this kind of cabochon cut. So it is sort of a cabochon cut, but with a different shape. Instead of being oval and domed, is a little bit more geometrical. It's a half of an hexagon, and it is a rectangular shape. When we finally succeeded in having those famous 6 gems, then we gave a challenge to that gentleman. We asked him to shape in the tactile cut a lot of different gemstones, the amethysts, the rubellites, the tourmalines, the peridots, the chalcedony, citrine quartzes, blue topaz, I mean a variety of gems, tanzanites. And he was like shocked. He said, "Oh no, please, I can't." And we said, "Yes, you can, you did it." So it's a challenge for these mines owners, but it's a very positive challenge. They take the risk. They like to play with us. For instance, there is this necklace here, which has this is another Mvsa amazing piece, and it's in the external windows. It's the sparkle of the green, I mean these emeralds, which have this kind of pear-shaped appeal, but they are not pear-shaped. To the cutting center, one of our best vendors, gem dealers, and he had these emeralds ready to be cut into pear shapes, and we stopped it. We said, "Why are you going to cut? The material is so bright and beautiful. Simply polish it, and we will use it on a necklace." Then, out of all the variety of jewels that we have as one of a kind in the high-end jewelry, when we find one which is reproducible, like for instance the rubellite bracelet, we love to transform into a series of similar jewels, which are, for that reason, more modern, more linear. And you are right, this is a very modern kind of approach, because of the extremes I just mentioned to you, the light support and the very bold geometrical gem. It's quite a tough challenge to keep an eye into the past times, to keep the common thread, to be consistent throughout the decades, but still looking for something new, being inspired by new motifs, new geometries, new architectures. That's the reason why we travel so much, not only to look and select and check the gems, as well as to be inspired by different cultures, different stylistic motifs, Our creativity, believe me, can come up by a wedding in India or a visit to an atelier in Geneva or at the Museum of the Modern Art in New York. I mean, it's the Chandra collection, the beautiful collection of porcelain we launched about 20 years ago. That collection, it came up during the usual morning coffee time with Mr. Bulgari. Looking at the porcelain cup, he said, porcelain is such an amazing material. We didn't use porcelain, right? I said, no, it's fragile. No, you know, it's not fragile. He said, you know, my very good friend, he's a doctor, and he used the bisturi, I mean the knife, which has the blade made of ceramic, porcelain, so it is very resistant. The concept is the stackability, so we wanted to have something that is interesting to wear in multiples, not only for the bracelets as well as for the
even the rings. You can say
the ring. Yes, like this. It's lovely. This is something that recall me very much the lucky ring we had in the mid-80s named Tronchetto, which was maybe similar in a way to these rings. Was smaller and more geometrical anyways. So the concept was the stackability, to wear 2 or 3 of those rings together. And therefore what I loved to do was to have bracelets that gave the chance to the husbands to give multiple gifting to their wives for the birthday, for Christmas, for the anniversary. So, you know, something that sometimes for the nice husband is good to have. More than visiting the international fairs like Basel or Tucson or you know, in Greece, Salonico. What we like the most is to go straight at the source for 2 main reasons. You have a much wider choice. When you attend the fairs, of course, the vendors, they select, pick and choose what they feel might be interesting for the clients or for ourselves. But generally what they do is to give a filter. Whereas if you go into their atelier, into their places, of course you have a wider choice and you can find something like this. Otherwise you don't. You find the commercial things. We don't like, I mean, we need to use commercial gemstones, of course, to be set on the variety of jewels we have, but always with a specific hint. And to give a specific character, you have to travel there, to be curious and to find something that nobody had the chance to find before yourself.